Okay, so we're going to cut that up and throw it in the microwave with a little bit of water. 2 minutes. And this is what's left over, so that's just going to go in the fridge and I'll use that next time. These have been in for 2 minutes, just in their skin. Okay, so it's definitely not cooked, so I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. Okay, so while the corn's cooking, what I'm going to do is put this in a saucepan with some water, and if you read it, it cooks in 10 minutes, so it's just basic pearl couscous. Okay, so I've got 1/3 of a cup, put it into the saucepan, and then I'm going to use 3 of these for the water. Okay, so this has had 2 bursts of 2 minutes each, and it looks like it's really good now. So I'm going to take that out and throw it on my little mat. That's a silicone mat, so it can handle heat. Okay, so we've got broccoli, corn, waiting to go. Next, we're going to do our pumpkin. Okay, you'll notice I've got a little bit of water in the bottom there, and this is all cubed up. There's the excess over there. Okay, so that's in the bowl now, and I'll put that into our microwave. And I'm going to grab this, cover it, because food always cooks better when it's got a cover. And I'm just going to do the 2 minutes again, and check in 2 minutes to see how it's going. And this is how the couscous is going. Probably got about another 5 minutes to go. It's just simmering, well, it's sort of boiling. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the meantime while our pumpkin's cooking and our couscous is cooking is strip the corn of the outside. So I sort of need 2 hands for this, so I'm going to do that with the magic of editing. Okay, checking on our pumpkin. It probably isn't ready. No, that's still fairly hard. So another 2 minutes, and I'm going to take a guess that it probably needs 5 to 6. But another 2 minutes. Okay, so our corn's done, and I'm going to use the knife to get the corn off the cob. Okay, so that's the corn. I've done one anyway, and turned this off now, and I am going to strain this and put it through a colander with some cold water. Okay, so some cold water through it. So move it around a bit, just because microwaves never seem to cook evenly. They just don't. And I'm going to put that on for 1 more minute. It's had 4 so far, and I would say after 5 minutes it's going to be cooked. There's a little bit of broccoli in there. That's what that little dot was. It's not actually anything gross about it. So just 1 more minute. Okay, so that's what our pumpkin looks like. It's just going to cool there, and I'll leave it to cool covered so that nothing gets on it. And this is our broccoli. That's mostly cooled down now, so you can touch that without any problem. And here's our corn, and we've got our couscous. So I'm going to put half of the couscous into one container and half into the other. Rinse. Okay, and now the corn is going to go in with the couscous. Okay, and mix this together. Okay, so this now needs to be drained because it had a little bit of water in it. So I'm going to put that through the colander. Okay, so that's that there. Just getting the water out. And now it can be chopped up. Okay, so that is the broccoli all cut up. Okay, so that gets mixed in. Okay, now it's time for the pumpkin to go in through the colander again, and you can see I've soaked that in water. It's just so it doesn't get sticky. If there's any food left on it, then you don't have food actually sticking to it. So the water's clean, it hasn't been used for anything. So I ran some cold water through it just to cool it down a bit faster. Okay, so I've mixed that in, half in one, half in the other. It's looking nice and colourful. Okay, so we've got a red capsicum, a courgette or a zucchini, depending on what you call it where you are, and a carrot. I'm going to wash all of those and then I'm going to cut them. Okay, so I'm going to put the asparagus in now. And again, going to cover it. This time I'm just going to go 1 minute because it doesn't need long. Snow peas and the asparagus. So, and now these I'm just going to be cutting the ends off and then cutting up a bit. So that's the ends chopped off. This is what I'm going to be working with. Okay, now I'm going to mix that in. Okay, I've got continental parsley, which I'm just going to chop up. Okay, so there's the chopped up parsley. Then we've got the asparagus added in, and so that gets stirred through. Okay, so this is actually quite big. To try and give an idea of the size, that's how big it is. So there's 2 of those. Literally there's probably about 10 serves in there. Okay, before I do the dressing, I'm doing a bit of a clean up, and then once this is all cleaned up, then we'll do the final bits, and I'm putting some eggs on. Okay, so I'm going to chop that up. I've actually moved some into a 3rd container, and all of that's done. And these are almost beginning to boil. Okay, so that's chopped up. We've got our sultanas. It's a 1/3 of a cup. This has started boiling now, just barely. Okay, cottage cheese. Okay, lemons. Okay, and we're going to put a little bit of hot water in here. Okay, so that's about 1/2 teaspoon, a bit more. Okay, it's just 1 teaspoon. Okay, so our eggs are done, so I've turned those off, and now there's this. So take this out, spoon this into the salads. Okay, and you mix it through, and now it's got a dressing on it. Okay, that's it there. So there's the boiled eggs. They're just cooling down, and I've written a B on them for boiled. And here's the salad with a bit of protein added, salmon and an egg. So that's how to make really interesting salads. You just get in-season vegetables and fruits. You can add nuts and seeds if you want to, like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, almonds. You can put in cranberries. There's a lot of different things you can do, but it really is just making the medley with what's available. Today it cost me $6.50 for the vegetables, maybe an extra $2 for the cottage cheese and honey, so $8.50 to make 10 bases that I just have to add a protein to, and I've got a whole, nutritious and balanced meal. So you add either chicken or fish or tofu or some kind of meat, an egg, and you've got dinner or lunch, and this will do around 5 days of that. And if you think, oh, there's too much, it's going to go off, I'm not going to be able to eat all that, don't put the fruit in, but instead throw it in the freezer and then microwave it and have it hot when you defrost it. So there's an idea for cheap and interesting meals, different every single time you do it, because whatever's in season will change as the seasons change, and it comes out as 85 cents for a meal base.